don't want cherries at the bottom of the tree. I want the ones just out of my reach, the ones that sit the closest to the heat of the sun. They ain't available to everyone. I wanna have to work for the fruit.
On today's episode, we're gonna be making a Southeast Asian beef stir fry. Look how delicious this looks. I'm telling you, it's veggie forward, sourdough pasta. It's gonna be delicious. No, it is delicious. Let's get started with our yams, all right? We're going to, like for me, with the yams, I love to leave the skin on, but I'm gonna get them peeled, at least the blemishes. You wanna peel up any blemishes. They've already been washed really well. Of course, this is a root tuber vegetable, so it grows in the dirt. You wanna make sure it's washed nicely, peel it up, and then leave as much skin on as you can though, right? So there I've got a bit of a blemish. I'm gonna clean that up. This is otherwise looking pretty good. All right, so here's how we're gonna cut these. I wanna get some stability. You see how it's rolling around here. So let's just start by cutting this in half, okay? And now, we're basically just doing a rough chop here and getting a dice happening. So same with this other half here. I think we're gonna be good with just the one, so I'm gonna tuck that guy away. And nice big chunks of yam, which are gonna be ready to hit the pan. So the pan is preheated. We're gonna get that coconut oil in there, melting a little bit. We'll add more as needed. Let's scoop up our yams and get them into the pan. Make sure that oil's nicely distributed. We got some action happening there. So next up is gonna be our carrots. Let's get them chopped as well. Hitting the orange vegetables twice in this dish. I love playing with the colors of all the veggies. That's how we, build our health and nutrition and all the different colors and the rainbows of vegetables out there. The more diverse you can get, the better off you are going to be. And same idea, we're ready to get this into the pan. So we got some good action happening in the frying pan right now. We wanna get these softening up a little bit. We're gonna keep things moving. We've got a lot of great flavor that's gonna come into this dish from the Southeast Asian marinade / stir fry sauce, but I like to season everything. So a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt in here, not too much, just keep things kind of evenly distributed on the flavor front. One of my favorite pastas ever, Kaslo sourdough. This stuff is delicious. The Radiatori is fantastic, soaks up all that sauce. We're gonna get that going into the pot right now. It's key when you're cooking pasta always to have ample water. You want at least 4 times as much water, and that water's got to be nicely salted. Super important. Our veggies have had a great head start. They're starting to caramelize. They're starting to soften up. We're ready to get our beef in the pan. I've got some lovely grass-fed beef from Vancouver Island here. Let's get it in. Get those carrots out from underneath, and we'll let that start doing its thing. All right, so next up we want to get our bok choy washed. This vegetable, like leeks, loves to grab dirt. So what we want to do is we want to cut off the bottom here and just expose all of the sections of it and get it washed. We've got another little section to cut off there, and you can see how much dirt's on there. I already washed it, but you're never going to get it all unless you do this. So get that bottom cut off, and let's take it to the sink and get it rinsed. Break it all up as necessary. We're gonna head over to the pan now and get things really close to finishing up there. We need our coconut milk and our Southeast Asian. Let's get into it. So this Southeast Asian marinade, there's nothing in there binding it. You wanna make sure you give it a good shake. We'll get our coconut milk open and ready. Let's head to the pan. So let's give it one final stir here. Make sure everything is coming along nicely. That beef is just cooked. Let's get our liquid in and bring this all together. So we're gonna start off with the Southeast Asian, okay? This is, like, you might be wondering, like, where's the onions? Where's the garlic? They're in here, man, and that's where the benefit is. All that flavor is right in there. So let's go ahead and get a nice little dose of the Southeast Asian in, and then we're gonna lighten it up a little bit and add some richness and creaminess with that coconut milk, okay? We might want to play with that and add a touch more to it, but we're just going to wait and see how it comes together. Oh, the smells. If you could smell the smells, you'd be so happy. I'm happy right now. A little bit more of that, a little bit more of this, and let's go ahead and get our bok choy in. Might look like a lot, but it's gonna shrink, you know? So we'll give that a stir, and then we're gonna get our pasta in and we're gonna serve this up. And I might wanna add just a touch of water to this. I just so happen to have a little bit of water that I can add just to keep things flowing nicely. Look at how we're looking here, folks. How good does this look? That Kaslo Radiatori, the flavor and smell coming out of that coconut milk combination with the Southeast Asian. We're ready to dish this up and finish it off. So let's go ahead and plate it up. So you can see we got lots of veg here, protein, a little bit of sourdough pasta. The digestibility of sourdough is always better for the system. So this is looking fantastic. A couple of garnishes just to finish it off. A little bit of finely sliced green onion. And a little pinch of black sesame seeds. Look at the beauty of that. There we go. If you like the look of my Southeast Asian stir fry, like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to our channel. Recipes in the description. See you next time.
Available to everyone. I wanna have to work for the fruit I get. Kinda like struggle just